I'm just putting some tips out on how to survive thinking about coming to Cambodia. One thing, if you're coming to Cambodia to find a girlfriend or something, I mean, that's one thing, I don't think you should teach, to be honest. Just come out with a couple thousand and go find a girlfriend. Teaching in schools requires some passion and some good moral reasons on coming out. So I'm coming out to do the Sergeant English show. I already did part of it in Ukraine, and I want to get everything together, and then I'm going to release it on YouTube. So I'm teaching in the daytime, and in the nighttime I'm going to do my show, like supplementing my income. I'm going to let you know what to do and how to come out and do it. So first, you need to get a ticket, come out here. And when you get to the airport, I must have came at a good time because it only took me 4 minutes to get my my visa. And I would get the EB visa. That's a very easy visa to get. Um, and it's a working visa. So when you find a job, you could get that extension. And I'm going to get mine extension very soon because mine's running out. And then where I got my scooter from, they and I'm gonna put a thing out on where I got my scooter and everything. They extend visas there too, so that's kind of convenient. Um, First of all, I'd go stay in a hostel or guest house. And if you have a taxi driver, they know where all the guest houses are. You could find them as low as $12 a day. It's not a good thing for long-term staying because the guest house, when you leave, they turn off your breaker. It's bad enough they have a card that cuts the electricity when you leave, but they don't trust you, so they have breakers downstairs and they turn it off. Your refrigerator cuts off everything. So if you're planning on in this $12 a day, you're cheaper getting an apartment. But first priority, you need to get a job. Okay, so you can need to go find a job, and then you can get an apartment next to where your school is. That way, you could go home during, they have like long lunch breaks, like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you know. So I go home, take a shower, Cambodia's hot, kind of hot and sweaty, and I shower during that break, and then I come back to school fresh. So, so first of all, I would, not find a place. I'd stay in a hostel. That's if you really want to be cheap. You could be there $6 a day, $5, but you're sharing a room with a lot of people, and it's not just men's hostel. It's women. It's co-ed, so it's women and men. So and I got lucky. I had these gorgeous women all around me. So that was kind of nice. And I stayed at the Billabong, and they have single rooms for I think it's like $14 a day, but I they did not. It was a very like touristy place, so they never had the single rooms all the time. So I'd have to jump back into the hostel, and I can't stand sharing with people, and especially a big room full of people. So keep that in mind. The first priority I would think you would have to get is like a SIM card for your phone. You can bring an unlocked phone, SIM card, okay? And then get the internet. And I got this, where is it? Uh, Hold on, let me get it for you. This is kind of cool. It's not a phone, but it's an internet thing. And the internet, you could take it wherever you want, and it's battery. You could get them for about $50 here, okay? That way you have your internet. When you're walking around looking for a job, oh, I'd bring a resume. Bring a resume. Have that already done, okay, before you come. Um, when you go to if you want to call the States, it's about 4 cents a minute, you know. So your SIM card with the internet for your phone, everything is about $9, which isn't bad. bring an unlocked phone or buy a cheap phone, other phone, if it's not unlocked. Have that ready. And I would take a lot of pictures of your passport and put them on your resume. That way they have that. Another thing is, I applied at like 4 places and I got a call right away from 2 of them. So I didn't even work that hard at it because of my experience. And I showed them, I had demos of the classes with the students and everything, and I filmed it, and that helped. So that's something you might want to consider. Um, I would, Phnom Penh is very big, has a lot of schools. But if you really want a job fast, I would go on the outskirts because they're in desperate need on the outskirts. You will get called very fast. Anytime you get into Phnom Penh, you got everybody that gets off the plane, and that's the first place they're looking. And if I didn't have my video demo, I probably wouldn't have got hired. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm showing them proof. Hey, I'm a teacher. I taught in Ukraine. I did my Sergeant English show, and they were impressed by that. So, but if you're looking, I'd go on the outskirts. You're gonna get your interview with the school. They'll probably call you once you give them the resume. My school gave me a test, an English test, but they all don't. Most of them don't. So when I went for interviews and stuff, they really don't ask to see documentation of your college and all that. So, if you're gonna BS a little, I think you'll get away with it. And you don't have documentation, you might get away with it. Another thing is scooter rental. You might want to consider I would bring this much money if I came, 15 to 2,000. I've seen people say, "Oh no, it's okay." Like I was a little fan of No Joke Howard. He was saying $500, but no, don't do it because you probably could get away with that. I'm not gonna lie, you probably could, but your stress level will be high, thinking, "Oh, I'm running out of money," and if the schools don't call you, you'll be panicking, and you're in a foreign country, and you'll be tripping out. You know, food is very expensive here. If you want like some American good, like hot dogs, they were like $8 for American hot dogs. Here you can buy their brand for like $2, $3. I bought some cereal, that instant. Let me go get it. 1 second. See this? I spent $24 on this, but there's 52 of them, and it's gonna last me, if I eat one every day. So I spent like $24.95 or something. You could pick that up at Sam's Club for like $8. So that's something. Peanut butter and jelly. Let me get the peanut butter. It's right here. This cost me $5. $5. It's 18 ounces. And the jelly, about $5. I need cereal. If you want like Frosted Flakes, are $8. This is all American stuff they bring in, and it's just out like so expensive. So you're gonna need that. I heard street food is really cheap, and I've eaten some of it, but when you see dogs running around these stands and shoot, and then you see them washing dishes and it's like dirty, like water. They're, not all of them are like that, but shoot, I am sure the health department, they wouldn't pass in the States. And that's why, like, I'll eat food like vegetables and stuff like that, but meat, I'm leery on that, seriously. I went to an internet cafe and I had some fried rice, and they gave me some water. And this was like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And I had some because I was downloading some YouTube stuff. And the water, I just drank a little. I said, because it's the Chinese New Year and the school's closed for the whole week. And I thought if I get sick, maybe I need to try a little of the water. That way my stomach could adjust. And I only drank a little bit, and I've had diarrhea for 4 days. Seriously, 4 days. Um, they do have a lot of American restaurants like Carl's Jr., um, Krispy Kreme donuts. They have Domino's, Kentucky Fried Chicken. But if you do the math, you know, you're going to spend about $8, you know, for one meal there a day. And what is that a month? And if you eat there twice, it's going to be about $16 a day. That's, and you're only making, teachers here make anywhere from native speaking English teachers 1,000, 1,300. And I'm in the middle of that range. That's what they hired me at. And, I just feel, I bought some like spaghetti. I'm making my own tuna sandwiches, stuff that's gonna, I bought that's gonna feed as much as possible for the least amount of money. So that, I'm kind of floored on the food cost. Um, some of the schools do feed you, but most don't. Mine doesn't. So it's an international school. It's pretty good, and it's nice and clean. And this um, class has the good ones have air conditioning. The international schools, they're not going to make you sweat. So, and I'm going to try to get a second job, you know, as Sergeant English, and I'm going to do it on YouTube Live because I tried to hire a camera crew, and out here they want $1,000 a day. That's like insane. So I said, why not? I'll just do it on cell phones. I hate to do it like that, and no editing and stuff. The first one out of Ukraine was edited, and I think it's pretty decent, but this one's going to be YouTube Live and Facebook Live. So I'm going to buy another. Besides that, that's kind of the life. And I got an apartment. I got one for $150. It's pretty clean. I have it on my YouTube channel. You can check that out. But if any, if you come to this country, you don't know anybody, it's very difficult. I kind of find it challenging and exciting trying to survive. Kind of like Star Trek when you're going into those what's that called, that where it's not a real thing, it's like a hologram. You kind of have to, I put my mindset like that. I actually thought of that show and thought, well, they're surviving, they're being thrown into certain time periods and all that. You should do the same, and in that mind frame helped me survive, because I almost felt, I'm a grown man, I almost felt like crying at times, like, oh my God, what did I get into? you know you're walking down the streets, you're seeing rats the size of little dogs running across, and you're walking, and in here they don't have like dumpsters. They have big like how can I put it, like big heaps of trash, and that the garbage men just come and they just sort all the plastic, which is good and stuff, and then they throw it into the back of the truck. But not everybody puts it in bags, it's just in big heaps. And you walk by and the stench is so horrible. And then they have a food place right next, like street food right next to that. It's like, no, you're walking through and it's dry and you see all this wet moisture, like little river of shit, not literal shit, but just, trash crap juice coming through, and you're getting it on the bottom of your shoes. I mean, the people here are friendly, but there are some shitty ones, I'll tell you that much. And I'm not talking about the whole people, just the ones they don't even like, and they're out there on motorbikes trying to steal cell phones. That's how they make a living. I was walking with my cell phone, and a guy in the back of a scooter tried grabbing it out of my hands, and I was going for the punch, and he knew it, and he let go. You know, I don't take that shit from nobody, but when you walk, you got to walk like this, you know, because that's all they do is they steal cell phones and resell them. So that's probably, unfortunately, how I'm going to buy my cell phone for the online to do Facebook and YouTube. What else? That's about it. Get your resume ready. I mean, it's a big. You're not going to eat like you do in the United States. There's not Subway. There's not Chipotle. You're not going to get a meal that's just going to fill you up really good. You're going to be hungry. I'm hungry. I'm a big eater. You know, I like to eat a lot, and you know, when you're only on 11 or $1,200 a month pay from your school, that's all. Thank God I have a lot of credit cards, but you know, you'll get in debt here really fast living on those. So you have to think smart about what you're doing. I'm not trying to discourage you from coming, you know. Cambodia does need, but come for good reasons. Come for the passion. I'm coming for my videos. To be honest with you, I want to get the hell out of here, but I'm staying to complete my videos, you know, and try not to starve at the same time. I might get a night job just where I can go eat. You know, you could work two jobs. You could work in the daytime and the night. I might do the night job just so I can go eat at places like Carl's Jr. and Kentucky Fried Chicken every night, because like I said, the street food's good, but you know, how sanitary is it? So another thing too, when you go around buying vapes, and I went to one stand and I got some lychee thing, grapes, and two oranges and a pomegranate, and the lady charged me like $8, and I'm like, what? You know, it's really $4, but because you're white, they think they can take advantage of you. And I told the daughter that was right there, I'm like, no, this is too much. She's like, oh, it's because of the Chinese New Year. And I was like, fuck you. I felt like telling them, fuck you, but I just, you know, you just got to go, okay, just pay it and just learn from it. It's better when you go buy food, I notice. Like if you buy oranges, just buy three of them. Say, how much for this? And if it's too ridiculous, just move on. You know, and then find a bearings. Say, okay, how much this? Okay, how much if I add this? To start trying to bag it, somebody seal the deal and it's like, no, 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 I just want to know the price. And then that's how I noticed how you could keep the cost low on bargaining. You know, everything runs off of dollars. They use dollars here. It's their own money is that the Khmer money, and it's under $1. They do have their values at $2 in their money, but most of all, they're going to pay you. If you pay with 5, they're going to give you the change in their money, and this stuff just starts adding up. You'll have a big stack like this, and it's like carrying a whole bunch of coins, like a whole bunch of. You don't want that, you know. You'll just tell them, no, no, I want American money back, and then the small change, you know, they try to unload that on you.